Hi guys, I am Dr. Prateek Gupta. So today I am going to tell you about MRCS Part B exam. So this exam occurs almost every month in a year, and there are multiple centers all over the world. And even in India, this exam is conducted for 4 to 5 times in a year, and it is conducted by different colleges at different times. So Glasgow, Edinburgh, and England. Only these three colleges conduct their exam in India, and there is no exam center for the Ireland college. And you can apply for any college irrespective of your Part A college. And all the colleges have same passing rate and almost similar cutoff marks also. And the college for which you pass the Part B will be your final membership college. So so you can give for any college, and but the college which you give for Part B, for that only you will get the degree. And after giving Part A exam, you can give your Part B exam up to 7 years. So and you have 4 attempts to pass this exam. And if you fail in Part B exam in your one attempt, then you again have to give Part B exam only. You don't have to give the Part A again. The fees for this exam is £930, and you need at least 4 to 6 months of duration to prepare for Part B exam. Now coming to the exam pattern. So there will be 18 stations which will be of 20 marks each. And these 18 stations are divided in 2 subgroups. So the first group is the applied knowledge, and the second one is the clinical skills. So there will be 8 stations based on the applied knowledge, and 10 stations will be based on the clinical skills. In applied knowledge, there will be 3 stations based on anatomy, 2 stations based on clinical pathology, and 3 stations based on the critical care. So the whole of this applied knowledge will be of about 160 marks, and approximate cutoff for this applied knowledge is 107 to 111 marks. So you have to aim to score at least 111 marks, that is approximately 65%. And about the clinical skills, there are 10 clinical skill stations, out of which there will be 4 stations based on the clinical examination, 2 stations will be based on history taking, 2 stations will be communication based, and 2 will be the procedure stations. So this comprises of 200 marks, and cutoff for this is about 127 to 130 marks, which is also approximately 65% marks. And you have to pass both knowledge and the clinical skills stations separately. If you fail in applied knowledge part or the clinical skill part, then you will fail this Part B exam. Also, each station is of 10 minutes duration, and the total duration of the exam is 3.5 hours, and there will be also a break time of 15 minutes in between the examination. Apart from this, you will also get 2 break stations in the exam. So taking your total number of stations to 20 stations. Now I will tell you about all the stations. So first of all, the knowledge stations. In knowledge station, there will be 10-minute time duration in which you will get 1 minute to read the scenario, and 9 minutes will be for the Viva. And in Viva, there will be around 10 to 15 questions, and mostly will be the one-word answers. And frankly telling you, knowledge stations are very easy to pass. Okay, so first I'll tell you about the anatomy stations. In anatomy station, you might get a bone model, and in which there will be a real bone, and you have to identify the bone. They will ask you about the different parts of the bone and some more anatomy questions based on that. Apart from that, you can also get some anatomy photos, which will be from the either Netter's Atlas or the Macmillan's Atlas. So you will have to identify the structure which will be marked, and there will be corresponding questions based on that. Similarly, in pathology stations, you will get a pathology scenario, and there will be questions based on that, and you may also get some pathology slides also. And in critical care stations, there will be scenario based Viva similar to that, and you may have to identify some of the chest x-rays or abdominal x-ray or ECGs. So you should have some basic knowledge of the X-ray and ECG reading. Now I'll tell you about the clinical skill stations. So first I'll tell about the examination stations. So you will get 4 stations which will be based on examination, and these will be also 10-minute duration, in which there will be 1 minute will be there to read the scenario, and 6 minutes will be given to do the examination, and then after that there will be 3 minutes for the viva based on your examination findings. Okay, and first of all you have to do the examination in front of the examiner. He won't interrupt you, but he will observe you while you are doing the examination. And mostly you will get an actor. There won't be any real patient, so there won't be any real findings, but the actors are very good and they act like that they have some findings. And you may also get some patients who actually have some real findings, like there might be a case of hernia, so the patient will be having some hernia. And remember that you do not have to take any history in the examination station. The examination station is based only on examination, and you do not have to do anything else apart from examination. And in the viva part, there will be fixed 3 or 4 questions which will be given in the examiner's list. So he will ask only those straightforward 3 to 4 questions, and there won't be any cross questioning on what you tell to the examiner. And also that you have to make your answers concise, so that you are able to attempt all the 3 or 4 questions which are given. Otherwise you may lose the marks of the questions which you could not attempt due to lack of time. Similarly, there are history stations. You will get 2 stations based on history part, and the time breakup is similar as that of examination station. That is 1 minute to read the scenario, 6 minutes to take the history from the patient, and 3 minutes of viva based on that. And there will be 2 examiners in the history station. So one examiner will be there to just check your knowledge of what you are asking to the patient, and the other examiner, which is also called as lay examiner, will be there, who will be checking your communication skills. So you have to take a brief history in 6 minutes duration, and then after that you have to present your case, and there will be 3 or 4 viva questions based on that. The viva questions will be basically your differential diagnosis, the investigations which you would like to do for the case, and the management. Most of the questions are like this only. Okay, now coming to the procedure stations, there will be 2 stations in which you have to do some surgical procedure. They ask only basic surgical procedures like catheterization or IV cannulation or some suturing. So in that you will have 10 minutes duration. 1 minute will be to read the scenario, and 9 minutes will be to do the procedures. Mostly there are no viva questions in the procedure stations, and they just want to check your patient handling and the way you perform the procedure. And you do not have any real patient in the procedure station. There will be mostly mannequins or some foam pad on which you have to do the procedure. Now coming to the communication stations. So there will be 2 stations based on the communication. So first station, in which you have to talk to the patient or a role player. So in that you have to counsel the patient regarding a procedure, or you have to break some bad news, or regarding some disease which might the patient be having. So you have to just talk to the patient, and you have to counsel him and tell him everything about that procedure or the disease which he is having. Okay, and the second type of communication station will be in which you have to talk to the consultant on a phone. In that you have to tell the consultant regarding the patient condition, and he will ask you the full summary of the patient, and after that he will ask you few questions based on your summary which you have told him. And the total duration of the communication station will be again 10 minutes. And before you start any communication station, you will be given another set of 10 minutes in which you have to prepare your summary, which you will discuss with the patient or the consultant. In this you will get patient notes, and in those 10 minutes you have to prepare your notes, and you have to tell the consultant or the patient according to the notes which are given to you. So in total there will be first 10 minutes given to you to read the notes, Then after that you will have 1 minute again to read the scenario, then again 9 minutes to talk to the consultant or the patient. So communication station is basically a bit tough part of this exam, because the type of communication which they expect from us is quite different, and we have to be very well prepared for the communication so that they give good marks in these stations. So now I'll tell you how to prepare for this exam. So basically you need few books before you start your preparation. I have already told you that you need a 4 to 6 months duration to prepare for this. You have to get some Turkey or Sing notes which are available online in various study groups. So you can easily download these books from that. And for anatomy, you will have to go through Ackland anatomy videos which are available on YouTube, or you can also see Macmillan's Atlas and Netter's Atlas, because most of the anatomy pictures are from Macmillan's and Netter's. And for the procedure skills, there's a very nice book which I read for my exam, which is the Clinical and Procedure Skills for MRCS Part B by Andrew Miller. In this, most of the procedures which they ask are given in a very concise manner. And the very important point is that you should have a study partner to practice all of the stations of the exam, and you should practice a lot of skill stations. You may also attend some preparation course which are either online or otherwise which are available, but mainly to prepare for the skill part only, because the theory part you can easily read from the book and pass from that, but the skill part you will need some extra guidance so that you know the exact pattern which is expected out of you. For the clinical examination part, you should practice a lot of examination in your hospital on real patients, and you should examine according to the timer. Set a proper timer of 6 minutes and then examine the patient. And for clinical examinations, you can also watch Geeky Medic clinical examination videos which are available on YouTube, which tell the appropriate method to do the examination part. Apart from this, you can also join various courses available, like Royal College of Surgeons also organize a course which is the MRCS OSCE course, which they conduct in various parts of the world, and it is a very organized course and you can definitely attend that. There's one more course which is the bootcamp course, which I have attended, and it is a very extensive course, and it is available online, and it covers both theory and the skill part, and you can attend both the courses. They cover all the points and they tell you the exact way to present in the exam. Dr. Mayath, who is the organizer of the course, is very nice and handles the doubts very nicely. And there are some other courses available like Kaveri MRCS course. However, I didn't attend this, but I have heard that that is also very good, and if you get time then you can attend that also. So in the end, I would just like to add that this exam is not that difficult, just you need to practice a lot, and with practice you can definitely clear this exam. I, being an orthopedic surgeon, could manage to clear this exam with very good marks, so you can also clear this exam, and just keep reading, keep practicing. All the best, and if you have any other doubts, please let me know. I'll definitely try to help as much as possible. Just put in the comments. Thank you very much. All the best.